Daredevil, Born Again might be misdirecting the world with its title, and potentially setting up Matt Murdock to fight Spider-Man. Charlie Cox's return as Matt Murdock, arriving years after the three-season run of Daredevil on Netflix, began with a cameo in Spider-Man: No Way Home, and will continue with an appearance in the streaming shows She-Hulk, Attorney at Law and Echo on Disney+, followed by the 18-episode series Daredevil, Born Again. The title looks to the naked eye like a reference to the Born Again comic book story, which is one of Daredevil's most well-known and popular. However, the great influence Born Again already had on Netflix Daredevil, especially on Season 3, has left many a bit perplexed at it being the source material for Daredevil's continuation. That could be an intentional deception, though, with several pieces of evidence hinting towards Shadowland possibly being the real story used by the Daredevil, Born Again MCU show as Matt's superhero continuation. In Shadowland, Daredevil is possessed by the Beast of the Hand and becomes the new leader of the sinister ninja team, the Hand, bringing Hell's Kitchen under his control, with numerous other heroes fighting Matt. Among them is Spider-Man, and following Matt's scene as Peter's lawyer in No Way Home, it would be quite a shocking twist for just the second meeting of Matt Murdock and Peter Parker in the MCU to place them in a Shadowland-based confrontation where Daredevil fights Spider-Man. That being said, there are hints to that potentially being on the cards for Daredevil, Born Again as a turning point for both Matt's story and possibly Peter's by extension. Daredevil Season 3 already adapted Born Again. The story of Born Again in the comics sees Matt Murdock's put into his most trying challenge, with Daredevil's archenemy the Kingpin ruining his personal life. Matt Murdock left essentially homeless, the Kingpin hires the assassin Nuke to eliminate him. Additionally, Matt's relationship with Foggy Nelson and Karen Page also takes new twists and turns. Daredevil Season 3 used Born Again as its primary story basis, while making modifications to its retelling of it, as any comic book adaptation does. These changes included swapping Nuke, who appeared on Jessica Jones, for Bullseye, Wilson Bethel, with Matt reverting to his original black suit, among other alterations, including excising the involvement of Captain America and the Avengers. Still, the essence of Born Again was captured very well in Daredevil Season 3, the very positive reception making the show's end that much harder on its fans. With Daredevil back in action, that letdown is no more, but it would still seem odd for the busy MCU future of Daredevil to return to Born Again after it was already the foundation of Daredevil Season 3. That is, unless the Born Again subtitle means something different. Daredevil's MCU return hints at a transformation in his appearance in Spider-Man: No Way Home. Matt was back in the swing of his normal life as Peter Parker's lawyer. With his upcoming appearances, there are indications that his mindset in his return is evolving in some interesting ways. The most upfront indicator of that lies in Matt's new Daredevil garb in She-Hulk, recreating his original yellow suit from his comics debut before he took on his famed primary red horned suit. Rumors about Daredevil's role in Echo also say that he'll undergo another costume change, with Matt wearing a black and red suit. Such a costume change, which is descriptive of Matt's Shadowland suit, could reflect Matt's state of mind as his individual red and black suits do, with Daredevil's black ninja-style suit in Season 3 indicative of the dark place Matt was in at the time. If Matt is returning to darker colors on Echo after adopting brighter ones on She-Hulk, that could hint to him regressing to the more depressed and violent state he was in during Daredevil Season 3. Furthermore, it might also be a hint to the direction he might head in Daredevil, Born Again, with such a turn not one Matt makes of his own volition in Shadowland. How Daredevil, Born Again could adapt the Shadowland comic. With Shadowland seeing Matt become possessed by the Beast of the Hand, it could mean that Hell's Kitchen is on the verge of becoming a war zone of ninja warriors if it is the story Daredevil, Born Again follows. The Hand having been antagonists of both Daredevil Season 2 and The Defenders certainly means that, like the potential return of Matt's fellow Defenders in the MCU, they'd be on the cards to battle the Man Without Fear again in his MCU re-entry. Using Shadowland as the source material of Daredevil, Born Again could be how that potentially happens. The same is true for Bullseye and Elodie Young's Elektra, both characters involved in the Shadowland story, as well as Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin. These factors could also be what the use of Born Again in the title is really referring to. Rather than adapting its namesake, Daredevil, Born Again might tell a story of Matt Murdock literally, born again, through a story of possession turning him into a villain and him triumphing as a hero once more. That is also where Spider-Man enters the picture. Would Spider-Man other MCU heroes face Daredevil in Born Again? With the normally stalwart Daredevil reigning over Hell's Kitchen while possessed the Beast of the Hand, multiple other heroes join forces in the Shadowland story to stop him, including at least one hero recently introduced in MCU Phase 4. They include Spider-Man, Moon Knight, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage, among others, so an adaptation of Shadowland by way of Daredevil, Born Again could bring any one of them, or all of them, into the story to bring Matt back to his old self. Coming off of Matt's return in No Way Home, Spider-Man might have a particularly interesting, and reimagined, role to play in a story based upon Shadowland. With Peter Parker erased from the memory of the world at the end of Spider-Man: No Way Home, Peter is doing his best to get his life back in order while continuing as Spider-Man. Though his presence as a superhero is one the world is still very much aware of, with Doctor Strange still remembering Spider-Man after casting his spell on the world, as revealed in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. No Way Home has also recontextualized it, with none of Peter's fellow heroes knowing the real identity of swinging across New York City's rooftops. That could lead to Peter having a completely redefined role in Daredevil, Born Again if he were to appear in it and it were to adapt Shadowland. Spider-Man, carrying the memory of Matt Murdock clearing him of the murder of Mysterio, Jake Gyllenhaal, could have an especially emotional motivation to save Matt, with a moment like Peter removing his mask to Matt carrying much greater weight than before. Peter could help save Matt from his possession through a very personal connection between the two, with Daredevil returning the favor in helping Peter get his life back on track. The Daredevil, Born Again show, in that sense, could jointly refer to Matt and Peter, should a Shadowland-based story with a Spider-Man appearance be how it unfolds. Since Matt Murdock's MCU return, there has been much eagerness to see Daredevil and Spider-Man team up as part of the MCU's future plans. Daredevil, Born Again, in bringing the Man Without Fear back to anchoring his own series once more, might unexpectedly be where such a partnership is fully initiated. If the potential of Shadowland as the story Daredevil, Born Again might be following proves true, the path of Daredevil and Spider-Man trading heroic quips might first set them up as opponents as part of their journey to becoming the sworn allies they're known to be. Key release dates: Black Panther, Wakanda Forever release date, the 11th of November 2022. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania release date, the 17th of February 2023. Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 3 release date, the 5th of May 2023. The Marvels, Captain Marvel 2 release date, the 28th of July 2023. Captain America, New World Order release date, the 3rd of May 2024. Marvel's Thunderbolts release date, the 26th of July 2024. Avengers, The Kang Dynasty release date, the 2nd of May 2025. Avengers, Secret Wars release date, the 1st of May 2026. Marvel's Fantastic Four release date, the 14th of February 2025.